Hello everyone and welcome to What Culture. My name is Kirsten Ria and I am joined by the lovely Josh Brown.
Oh, hello Kirsten, how are you doing?
Hello, it's my first time hosting, it's very exciting. And today we have a little bit of news for you about the new Battlefield 6, which according to insiders is going to be set in modern times. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, so the past two Battlefield games, Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, were set in World War 1 and World War 2, but according to a bunch of insiders, this was first picked up on Reset Era and then confirmed by Jeff Grubb of VentureBeat, who has been doing the rounds lately, pretty much leaking everything about the next-gen games. But yeah, the tidbit is that it's returning to a modern-day setting, which shouldn't be too much of a surprise. They had pretty much exhausted, like I said, World War 1 and World War 2, and I can't imagine Battlefield would ever kind of commit to a Cold War setting like the new Call of Duty is going to do. So yeah, it's for the first time since Battlefield 4, which I really loved. It's returning to the modern day for modern warfare, and I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people. You know, this is a franchise that kind of soured people with the last game, and they're looking for something fresh, something new, and I think it's about time to kind of return to this style of game, at least for me, because I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. Like I said, you know, Battlefield 4, when it was working, because it was an absolute nightmare at launch, was genuinely one of my favorite shooters of the whole generation. But we're not going to see this for a little while yet, and I don't think we'll see it at the PlayStation event coming up or anything like that, because it's not supposed to be coming out until, I think at the very earliest, the end of 2021, but yeah, so the idea is essentially we're returning to a modern setting. I'm a big fan of that. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a nice kind of rivalry with Call of Duty, because obviously that's set currently in the modern day.
Yes, yeah, and I think they haven't actually had too much success since, like I said, since 4, because Battlefield 5 didn't do very well at all, did it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I liked that game, but it was definitely kind of a step backwards. It almost kind of, like lost its identity. It tried to do a lot of interesting things. Like, it tried to make the gunplay kind of like more survival based almost. It gave you very limited ammo. It made the time to kill higher than it had been in some other Battlefields. It was kind of more scrappy, and it was kind of good, but it wasn't what a lot of people wanted, I think, from Battlefield. I feel like, when it comes to EA games, in terms of, Star Wars Battlefront and stuff, they're always trying to make them more casual for a more mainstream audience, but that's not really what Battlefield's always been about. So for it to return to a modern setting, hopefully bringing back all the systems from Battlefield 4, like the wealth of weapons, the wealth of vehicles, that kind of focus on infantry and vehicle combat. To me, that would be a huge win. Essentially just make, the proper sequel to Battlefield 4, make it run okay, and I would be totally fine with that. That would be a win for me. So hopefully this is true. It seems to be, like I said, we've had Jeff Grubb comment on it. I'm sure we'll hear more in the coming months. And apparently there's going to be a Battlefield 3 remaster as well. The details on that are they're a little bit shakier, but that might be coming, which would be kind of strange for them to release two modern day Battlefields so close together. But maybe it's kind of like testing the waters, seeing if people want to embrace this setting for the long term, which again kind of does make business sense. And we don't have, like I said, a new game in this franchise for a long time to come.
Yeah, so basically we just have to imagine that Battlefield 5 just didn't exist.
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
Didn't happen, and it's just carrying on from the fourth one. But yes, let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you up for a modern day Battlefield, or do you prefer it to be set in a more older time, more oldie-worldy World War sort of era? Let us know down below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. But for now, I have been Kirsten Ria, joined by the lovely Josh Brown.
Aww.
That's all I've got. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.